Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League Tuesday Night Truck Series presented by Shoney's. We have practice just finishing up here. Sorry for the late start, but we're here, we're back, we're ready to get action underway here at The Rock as we get ready for our opening race of the season, and we have a great season ahead of you indeed. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. We do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. We've got the chat open. Let us know who you're rooting for here tonight as practice is just about to finish here at Thunder Alley. Pretty big field we have lined up today. 28 trucks getting ready to take the field here tonight at Rockingham. As 5 minutes of qualifying gets underway, let's see who our first drivers are to hit the racetrack. It looks like Kevin Powell is going to be one of our first drivers out onto the racetrack here tonight in that 93 Tractor Supply machine. Very familiar colors we've seen on that 93 the last few seasons. Powell comes down across the stripe, takes the green flag for his first of 2 laps. Going to run a low line here through turns 1 and 2. Swing that thing right up to the wall. And then turn 3 is a kind of a unique entrance. You kind of enter really, really low and then kind of let the truck drift up off the track a little bit. So very bumpy track Rockingham is. It's a D-shaped oval, very unique racing lines here. You guys see these drivers kind of taking a really shallow entrance into both ends of the track as Kevin Powell jumps up to the top of the leaderboard. Dominic Hughes currently second fast. I think I just saw Powell catch the wall a little bit there on that lap. This lap may not count for time as Jonathan Jennings goes up to the top of the board. Yeah, I see Powell, driving down into the pit lane. And here's the 91, last season's champion. Trying to pick up where he left off, coming off of turn number 4. And currently at the top of the leaderboard with a 23:98. Justin McMahon just set his time as well, just jumped third fastest as Austin McGill in the 300 machine jumps up to the top of the leaderboard with a 23:97. Running that high lane through turns 3 and 4. Let's see if that improves his time here off of turn number 4 and down across the stripe. And McGill's second lap is just a little bit slower as now the 8 of Steve Gerber jumps up to the top of the leaderboard with a 23:94. So drivers making some moves here. You see Kevin Thompson in the 21 machine. Good to see Kevin back in the series. Currently running 6th fastest. See if he's able to improve on that time here on his second lap. It looks like everybody's second lap has actually been a little bit slower. Right down on the apron, trying to make the track as short as possible. And Thompson is going to stay currently in that 6th position. So far, with about 2 minutes left, we've got 4 drivers left to qualify. That's Leander Johnson, Mike Leftwich, Ricky Montgomery, and Kevin Brown. I don't see anybody else making their way out onto the racetrack. So we want to again thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. We do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Getting ready for the opening race of the Doghouse Truck Series presented by Shoney's. Of course, if you're not familiar with Shoney's, well, Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Racing Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney. Shoney is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a strawberry pie. Shoney's delicious food and friendly service since 1947. course, we've got a couple other partners that are great partners of us here on Intensity Broadcasting, including Race EPI for all your iRacing setups and coaching needs, check out Race EPI. There's a link down below in the description. Of course, you can always check out our website as well over at intensityracing.com for all your hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, league apparel. You can also find the Doghouse Racing League's league apparel at their link down below, doghouseracingle.com, for all their apparel stats, driver info. Over at our website, over at intensityracing.com, you can find Atlee Atmanwise's racing gear as well. For you, those of you who don't follow Atlee, he won his first Pro 6 race down at Langley a few weeks ago. So support the young man's racing career. Check out intensitybroadcasting.com. And of course, our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and well-known leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. The patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new and upgraded sim racing haptic that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Looks like trucks are getting lined up here on the front stretch. Let's take a look at our starting grid. And starting on pole tonight is the 8 of Steve Gerber, with Austin McGill rolling off from position number 2, two 5 Aces drivers side by side in the front row. Then Jonathan Jennings and Kevin Powell, another set of teammates in row number 2, followed by Justin McMahon and Kevin Thompson in row number 3. Row 4 will find the 3 of Michael Samia, with Christopher Simon to his outside in the 27 machine. Then Gary O'Meo and Justin Hughes back in row number 5. Dominic Hughes and Frank Hughes Jr. back in row number 6. And we'll find Mark Dumont and Gary Clune in the 7th row. Row 8 will be Lucas Edwards and Adam Gardner, with Nicholas Atwood and Richard Leclerc back in row number 9. Then row 10 will find Stephen Bunana. Oh man, I'm going to butcher this one and I apologize. So if you're watching afterwards, please let me know if I'm saying this wrong or right. But I'm going to say Bunomo and Ricky Hudges back in position number 20. Michael Dow 21st, Jeffrey Engel back in 22nd. Bill Gentry 23rd, Jeffrey Wimmer from the 24th position. 25th, we Kevin Brown, Ricky Montgomery, Leander Johnson, and Mike Leftwich rounding out the field here tonight at Rockingham as Steve Gerber gets ready to lead the field around. I don't know if anybody tried putting anything in the chat. Apparently my chat was not connected, but it looks like it's connected now for you. But here we go. Steve Gerber getting ready to lead them down to the starting zone. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. And the green flag is out here in the season opener of the Doghouse Truck Series presented by Shoney's. And Steve Gerber immediately out to the jump here down into turn number 1, but here comes McGill working the high lane. He's going to get around his teammate and take over the lead off of turn number 2, and you see Gerber get up into the wall just a little bit. That's going to allow Jonathan Jennings to try to take a look to the inside. He checks up though, and both McMahon and Kevin Powell get checked up as well. And Austin McGill is going to lead the first lap here as we see Justin McMahon and Kevin Powell continuing to battle it out for that 4th position. Now, Kevin Powell's going to settle in the 4th position as Justin McMahon rolls back into 5th. The field make their way through turns 3 and 4. A little further back, Gary O'Neill up on the high side of the 61 of Frank Hughes Jr. And Hughes is going to take that position away as they make their way down across the stripe to complete lap number 2. Jonathan Jennings has his teammate all over the back bumper. We see Young Logical say, go Lucas Edwards. Edwards currently sits in the 13th position, already made up 2 spots since the drop of the green flag, and he's continuing to move himself forward in that 76 machine. Just in front, though, We see Justin and Dominic Hughes trying to battle it out here for the 11th position. Back towards the front, we see Jonathan Jennings has Kevin Powell right there on the back bumpers. Powell's trying to find his way around while holding off Kevin Powell at this, Justin McMahon at the same time. It's a view off the back bumper of Kevin Powell at the 24 of Justin McMahon as they make their way down the backstretch into turn number 3. Right now, pretty clean so far. We've had a couple of pretty good battles up towards the front as Michael Samia now makes his way to the back bumper of Justin McMahon. He's trying to battle up towards the front here as well. One thing you're noticing just how bumpy this track is. These drivers are really struggling for grip right now. As the laps wear on, the track starts to heat up even more. We'll take a look at that track information right now. You see air temperature 71 degrees. Track temperature is 90 degrees. That's a pretty warm track here on this old worn out racetrack. And what we've seen these drivers slip sliding around as you see the 08 of Justin Hughes almost slide up into the 89 of Dominic there. Now Justin trying to hold off the 76 of Lucas Edwards. Edwards going around the high side of Mark Dumont. And now Dominic trying to make move down underneath the 20 of Gary Amio. He's going to take that position away. You see him overdrive the corner just a little bit. That's going to allow Amio maybe to cross him over, but no, he's a little too strong there, and he's going to pull away from Amio. Now the 08 of Justin, he is trying to make a move on the 20 machine. Just behind him, you see Adam Gardner under attack from the 14. That's the 114 of Mark Dumont. Our biggest move for the race so far, though, is the 73 of Jeffrey Wimmer. Jeffrey is up 6 spots, up into the 18th position. Meanwhile, up front, we've got a little battle up here as Jonathan Jennings is trying to challenge Steve Gerber for that 2nd position. Gerber washes up the track just a little bit. That allows Jennings to have a little bit of a run here. Coming down the front stretch, using a little bit of a side draft here, trying to get to that bump, that quarter panel there to slow down that 8. I know it doesn't look like these drivers are going very fast, but this is a quick little short track these drivers are running at. And you know who loves to see this is Austin McGill, seeing these drivers run side by side in his mirror. Our top, 2nd through 5th under a blanket right now as they make their way off of turn number 4 and down to the stripe as the caution is out. It looks like it's for a couple drivers, the 2 of Ricky Montgomery. I believe that's Stephen Bonomo involved in that as well. And that's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night as we take a look to see what happened here. Oh, that happened right. Oh, wow. So that actually happened up in front of Montgomery. And let's see if we can get another look at what happened here from this point of view. See the side-by-side battle as the 11 of Gary Clune and the 15 of Bonomo. And yeah, just hard contact with the outside wall. You see that 15 truck get up and airborne up into the fence. Rides along on Clune's roof for a few moments. Then we saw Ricky Montgomery involved in the aftermath of that as well as we take a look here at Montgomery. Looks like somebody else might have been involved in this as well. Yeah, behind we see, I believe that's the 32 of Leander. Yeah, that's the 32 of Leander Johnson spinning, trying to avoid the wreck. So that puts the caution out. It looks like our leader, Austin McGill, did come down pit road. So McGill, Gardner, Kevin Brown, Ricky Hughes II, Jeffrey Wimmer, and Ricky Montgomery down onto pit road. Of course, Gary Clune, Leander Johnson, Stephen Buonomo also down on pit road getting service done after their incident. Of course, Doghouse Racing League does not use resets, so if these drivers are involved in an incident and they're going to have to go back and get that damage fixed, and if it's too big of damage that they're not able to get it fixed now back out on the racetrack, their night will be done. I believe the machine of Bonomo and Gary Clune might be done for the evening for the Bonomo machine for sure. So Steve Gerber now assumes the lead here with Jonathan Jennings and Kevin Powell behind him, and Justin McMahon and Michael Samia round out your top 5. Your biggest mover now of the race is the 34 of Bill Gentry, up 7 positions up into the 16th position. Another one of our big movers is the 5 of Jeffrey Engel. I'm sorry, the 14 of Jeffrey Engel, up 5 positions up into the 17th position. So a couple drivers starting to make their way through the field a little bit as we see Adam Gardner coming back down pit road. Looks like he's going to top off here, try to pack that thing with fuel. Try to stretch this one. We know he's good at saving fuel and winning on strategy. We'll just have to see if he's able to pull that off here in the season opener. Steve Gerber taking the inside lane on the restart. Got to put Jonathan Jennings up on the high side. Kevin Powell, Justin McMahon, row number 2. Michael Samia, Kevin Thompson, row number 3. Christopher Simon, Frank Hudges Jr., row number 4. And Dominic Hudges and Gary Amio back in the 5th row here, getting ready for the restart. We're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. Green flag back in the air. We are back racing. A huge jump for Steve Gerber. Looks like Jonathan Jennings and Kevin Powell were caught sleeping behind, as Powell's working down to the inside of his teammate, trying to take over that second position. And not very often do you see that 91 machine getting past, but here we go. As Jennings trying to fire back hard on that high side now, trying to retake that position. So a great battle for the second position now. Justin McMahon has a great view of this battle taking place. Well, further back, Dominic Hudges trying to make a move down underneath. I'm sorry, Dominic Hughes trying to take a move underneath Christopher Simon. Not able to make that stick, and now here comes, that is the 76 of Lucas Edwards, was making a look down underneath Gary Amio there. Oh. That one truck hard up into the wall. Is that the 93 of Kevin? It is Kevin Powell up into the outside wall. No caution, as Powell is slow on the racetrack, and not sure what happened right there. Let's see if we can take a look back at what happened. This is a replay here as Powell down on the inside getting passed by his teammate and tries to come back up the track. Justin McMahon to his outside. Oh, I was on the wrong car right there, but oh, there it is, a contact between McMahon and Powell, and that looks like a little bit of incidental contact there as we see Powell making his way down on the pit road. This is live footage right here, him coming down on the pit road, getting the damage to that truck fixed up. Don't know how much damage the 24 of McMahon has, though, because he is sitting in that third position. And he made some significant contact as well. Take a look at the right side. No, right side of that truck looks pretty clean, so looks like the only contact he made was with the quarter panel of Kevin Powell. That is not the start of the season that Powell was hoping to have. As McMahon is now catching Steven Gerber. Gerber's going to move up to the high side. That's going to allow McMahon to settle on in and try to get on by. Oh, contact now. More contact. What a save for Steve Gerber. And McMahon's going to take that position away. And this is not what McMahon was hoping to do here tonight, but now Kevin Thompson has moved himself up into the second position. Jonathan Jennings just running away with this one right now as we are a third of the way through the race. And Jonathan Jennings has almost a 2.5 second lead over second place Kevin Thompson. The caution flag is out in the air. Oh, there it is. It's looks like Frank Hughes Jr. involved in this one. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what happened here. Well, this one's kind of a wild one, so let's go ahead and look at this one from the blimp here. We see Steve Gerber up on the high side, the 61. Comes back up across the track. Michael Samia gets a little piece of this as well. Of course, that's the 61 of Frank Hughes Jr. And then you see the 300 of McGill involved in this one as well. Our pole sitter who's showing a lot of speed finds himself back in the pack, and Christopher Simon gets a little piece of this as well. And that's a big one here at Rockingham, and that's going to bring everybody down pit road. So Jonathan Jennings is going to lead the field down on the pit road as they get their tires and fuel. See McGill already in his pit stall getting that damage fixed. Heavy contact for the 300 machine. Who's going to win the race off pit road? Is anybody going to try to gamble here and maybe only take 2 tires? Here comes the 21 of Thompson. Thompson is going to not beat Jennings off of pit road. So Jennings, Thompson, McMahon, Samia, and Gerber are your top 5 off of pit road. Then Ricky Hudges, Jeffrey Wimmer, Justin Hughes, Gary Amio, and Adam Gardner, your top 10. And Redneck 13 on the YouTube says, zigged when I should have zagged. Not quite sure who that is, but obviously one of the drivers caught up in that one. That's that tough break for all the drivers that were caught up in that one, unfortunately. So coming to lap number 29, Jonathan Jennings still your leader over Kevin Thompson, Just McMahon, Michael Samia, and Steve Gerber. Of course, Jonathan Jennings dominated last season. Only had 4 or 5 winners last season. And we got, let's go Jeffrey Engel and Lucas Edwards. Good luck to everybody. And thanks to Tensi for the broadcast, of course. That's why we're here. We enjoy letting you guys tune in each and every week for the Doghouse Racing League, presented by Shoney's. Of course, the lights on the pace car are off. Jonathan Jennings to the inside, going to put Kevin Thompson up on the high side. A couple past champions of the Doghouse Racing League Tuesday Night Series here on the front row. Justin McMahon having a rough night so far, and still finds himself up in the third position with Michael Samia to his outside, and Gerber, who was able to get off in fifth. So doesn't look like too much damage to that 8 machine. Same with the 3. So we'll see how those trucks make out here coming to the restart. As the pace car dives down on the pit road, Jonathan Jennings is going to come to the restart zone. Green flag's back in the air. We are back racing as Kevin Thompson now balanced side by side with Justin McMahon for that second position. And Thompson up on that high side might have the advantage here off of turn number 2. See him pulling McMahon down the backstretch and into turn number 3. And McMahon's going to dive it down to the inside, but Thompson on those fresh tires. High lane works so much better with the fresh tires. And we're seeing him battle with Justin McMahon, and I think he's going to clear McMahon here down into turn number 1. And now it looks like McMahon is going to be able to fight back door to door on the outside. I'm sorry, on the inside, and he's going to take that second position away. As Mike Samia now taking a look down to the inside, and just behind the 55 of Ricky Hudges in the mix. And doesn't look like too much damage to Steve Gerber as he's right here. Oh, as I say that, Gerber gets turned. Adam Gardner able to sneak through. Caution is out. Now Steve Gerber's got a little bit more damage to the front of that truck as the yellow flag is back in the air. Kind of saw that happen right in front of us. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind here. Trying to find the incident that happened here. So it starts back here. See the 55 of Hudges push up off the corner just a little bit, catches the outside wall, bounces off, comes down into the 8 of Gerber. And we see the 73 of Jeffrey Wimmer caught up in this one just a little bit as well. You see the damage to the right side of the 8. Adam Gardner just barely able to sneak through there. Might have been a little contact there with Wimmer. Now it looks like everybody else was able to sneak on through. So a tough break for Steve Gerber. Actually, it was Gerber who was our pole sitter here tonight, not the 300 of McGill. And Gerber's going to lose at least a lap here, trying to get that truck fixed up here to get back out onto the racetrack. Trying to salvage a good finish and get some points here tonight in the season opener. So Jonathan Jennings is going to be your leader here on this restart again. Justin McMahon is going to be back in second. Kevin Thompson, Michael Samia back in row number 2. Jeffrey Wimmer and Adam Gardner. Gardner making a great move there to avoid contact. Finds himself now up into the top 6. And how about Jeffrey Wimmer? Up 19 positions up into the top 5. So a great run for that 73 machine. As this time by, we should see the lights turn off on the pace car as we get ready to go back green flag racing. Don't forget to join us after this one's over for the SCSRA Morse Customs Truck Series as they take on Talladega Super Speedway as they are in the round of 8 of their playoffs. Just 3 races remain in the SCSRA Truck Series. Of course, we want to thank all of our great partners here on Intensity Broadcasting as Jonathan Jennings takes the high side here on the restart. Check out DogHouseRacingLeague.com for Doghouse Racing website. Scooby Snacks, hashtag Scooby Snacks there in the chat. Adam Gardner throwing that one up as he's now up fighting in the top 5 position. But yeah, for all your league standings and stats, check out DoghouseRacingLeague.com. They have merch there as well. For our merch, you can check out Intensity Racing for Intensity merch, as well as Atlee Atme and Weese's merchandise. Of course, check out our great partners over at Race EPI for all your iRacing setups and coaching needs, and the Butt Kicker for all your gaming haptic needs. Check out thebuttkicker.com. And of course, our series sponsor, Shoney's. Check out your West Virginia Shoney's locations. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Here we go. Getting ready to go back racing here as Jennings gets another great jump. And now Samia trying to fight on the outside of Justin McMahon. They're side by side off of turn number 2. Man's got that inside position trying to get back around Samia, but Samia trying to fight hard up on the high side. And oh, Samia gets a little loose there. McMahon able to hold on to it. Now here comes Kevin Thompson. Oh, Samia gets turned. Samia is drifting and able to hold on to it. We stay green. What a save. That's the second great save we've seen tonight. It looked like Samia might have got a little bump there from Kevin Thompson as he was already out of shape. Thompson just nowhere to go, just tried to help straighten him out and up into the outside wall, but Samia able to hold on. Doesn't look like he's got too much damage as he's now back in the 10th position. And we're just past halfway as Justin McMahon is trying to run down the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. I believe fuel might be a little close on these boys here towards the end of this race, so might see a couple drivers try to save a little bit here. A little further back in the pack, we see Gary Amio with Justin Hughes in front and Bill Gentry behind. And I apologize, that wasn't the front bumper of Kevin Thompson that Samia went around off of. That was Jeffrey Wimmer, who, again, just trying to check up, didn't really have anywhere to go. Really can't blame Wimmer. It's not like it was intentional or anything, but you do see that little bit of a crinkle there on the right front of that 73 machine. Meanwhile, up front, we see Jonathan Jennings and Justin McMahon continue to run nose to tail, with Kevin Thompson right back there in the 3rd spot. Adam Gardner closing in as well, currently back in 4th. Samia now trying to work down underneath the 34 of Bill Gentry, trying to get himself back in the race. But it looks like that Gentry's going to get around and stay out in front of Samia. And Samia's got some heavy damage there on the right front of that truck. If we take a look here from the roof cam, actually from this view, the truck doesn't look too bad from the camera views that we've got on that truck. So it looks like he's able to continue on. Don't know if there's a little bit of suspension damage to that truck or anything, but he's now back in the 10th position, trying to find a way to work himself back up towards the front. The 89 Dominic Hughes right there on the back bumper of Jeffrey Wimmer. Again, Wimmer up 19 positions, but about to lose one of those to Dominic Hughes. Dives down to the inside. He's got the 08 of Justin Hughes behind, trying to follow him through as they're side by side across the line. But Wimmer's gonna hold on to that spot for now. Oh, and now he catches the wall a little bit, and he's going to lose 2 positions here as the 08 goes by. Emilio's going to get through as well, and right behind him you see Michael Samia battling with Bill Gentry again, and Samia running up to the back bumper of the 73. Samia's going to drive down to the inside and try to take that position away and move himself up into the 8th position. You're trying to look back up to the high side, but here comes Samia with the run off the corner, and that's going to keep that 34 machine behind. As Jeffrey Wimmer has now made his way down onto pit road, looks like with that damage, he's going to call it a night and retire that truck. As Jennings continues to lead over Just McMahon by 0.3 of a second. Kevin Thompson back in the 3rd spot, and Adam Gardner running back and forth. Dominic Hughes makes up your top 5. Here's Justin Hughes and Dominic Hughes. Justin's going to now move himself up into the top 5. And he's showing some speed right now. Last time by ran a 25.1. I was making a pass there, so ran a 24.6 the lap before that, which is comparable with your leaders. So that 08 starting to make some make up some positions here with just 24 laps to go. And Samia now taking a look down underneath Emilio. So move Samia back up into the 7th position and continuing to try to make his way back up into the top 5 where he'd been running most of the day. As you can see across the ticker across the top of the screen, Jeffrey Wimmer is officially out of the race. Steve Gerber, Ricky Hudges, McGill. So quite a few drivers retiring early. Of course, Kevin Powell back out on the racetrack. He is being scored 8 laps down. You see a little contact right in front of him between the 117 and the 33. That's Leclerc and Kevin Brown. But this is why he got that truck fixed up to get back out there, because he is now 2 laps away from gaining another position to go around the retired truck of Jeffrey Wimmer. So that's another point for that 93 machine. And as you know, points can come down just a few points at the end of the season. You see Kevin Thompson now trying to challenge Justin McMahon for that 2nd position. So we have just 20 laps to go. Battle is heating up for this runner-up position. As Thompson gets a good run, now he's going to cross him over down to the inside, down the front stretch and into turn number 1. Both drivers run up the track just a little bit. But Thompson trying to hold on to that inside lane to try to get around McMahon to take over that 2nd position. There you go, Kevin Thompson now up into the 2nd spot. Moving Justin McMahon back in the 3rd, and don't look now, but Adam Gardner back in that 4th position. he's got an opportunity to get himself up onto the podium here tonight. But does anybody have anything for Jonathan Jennings? Dominated last season and comes out tonight and dominates the first race of the season. But he has a hard charge in Kevin Thompson, who is just a little bit quicker than him right now. See those laps where Thompson was battling with Justin McMahon, but now that he's out in clear traffic. See the green there, green again, so, and 2/10 quicker that time. Thompson's only a second and a half behind. Does he have enough time to run down Jonathan Jennings? And if so, it's one thing to run a driver down, it's another thing to get by him, especially a tough driver like Jennings. As caution's out on the racetrack this time. It looks like Kevin Brown has spun it at the entrance of turn number 3. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind. See if we can see what happened here to the 33. Oh, just gets up into the wall, bounces down. Ooh, that is the 76 of sorry, it's a new driver, Lucas Edwards there, and yeah, Brown just goes spinning down to the inside. Oh, Mio gets clobbered trying to avoid the spinning 33 machine. Let's see if we can get a onboard here with that 20. So you see just how fast this happens. It looks like he might have bounced off the wall a little bit as well, and yeah, just nowhere to go. Committed down to the bottom, and contact was made. That's going to bring everybody back down pit road, though, for tires and service once again. That is going to guarantee that everybody's going to be able to make it to the end. Now, does anybody gamble? Does anybody take 2 tires only? We'll have to see here these pit stop times, see if anybody... Now it looks like everybody's going to go for 4 tires here. Oh, Adam Gardner coming off pit road. Did Gardner take 2? No. Gardner took 4, but what a stop as the 56 gets out in second. Around Justin McMahon. Kevin Thompson loses 2 positions there on pit road. As we're here under caution, let's again want to thank Shoney's for being our series sponsor here tonight. The Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their fresh prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's delicious food and friendly service since 1947 as the field is now re-racked, restacked, and getting ready to refire here at Rockingham with just a handful of laps to go. We're going to have 10 laps to go. We go back green flag racing. As Jonathan Jennings is going to take the inside lane. Adam Gardner up on the high side in position number 2. Then McMahon and Thompson, row number 2, excuse me. And then row number 3, Hughes and Hughes, Justin Hughes and Dominic Hughes. As the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. Jonathan Jennings takes off a little bit early, which he can, because there is no restart zone here at Rockingham. And green flag is in the air, and McMahon's going to take over that second spot from Adam Gardner, and Kevin Thompson's going to fall all the way back to 5th. As Adam Gardner got loose there, Gardner loses it down on the inside all by himself. Not sure what just happened there, but we're going to take a look at the replay here as soon as we can find it. So here's the start here. We'll fast forward just a little bit. So we can see what happened. The Gardner here is, just lost it off of turn number 2, and he's able to hold on to it, but falls all the way back to the 17th position. So it's 8 laps to go. Justin McMahon now trying to run down Jonathan Jennings, and Justin Hughes back in the 3rd spot. Kevin Thompson, though, trying to run down Hughes as the line, cross the line, just 7 laps to go. Mike Leftwich looking down underneath as the 14 of Jeffrey Engel. Ooh, Armillo gets really loose there off the corner. That's not Engel, I take it back. That is the 114 of Dumont. So move Mike Leftwich up into 11th. And Engel's trying to run down Bill Gentry, but Engel having a great run here. Currently up in the top 10. As Thompson and Hughes are battling out for the final podium spot. Thompson all the way down to the yellow line, trying to get as much grip as he can with just 5 laps to go. Does Thompson have enough time to get around the 08 and get himself up on the podium here tonight? Meanwhile, while that's going on, our 1st and 2nd place drivers have checked out. Jonathan Jennings almost a second out in front of Justin McMahon, who's over a second out in front of Justin Hughes. But here comes Thompson down to the inside, 4 laps to go. Thompson with the run down through turns 1 and 2, but just not able to stick it down underneath and stay alongside of Justin Hughes. Thompson's going to think about using the high lane here to get a little momentum here and the drive off as Hughes catches the wall just a little bit. It's going to break his momentum. That's going to give it Thompson the opportunity to make a move down into turn number 1. Just 3 laps to go, coming to 2 laps to go. Here comes Thompson with another drive down underneath Hughes as they make their way off of turn number 4 and down to the stripe. They're door-to-door side-by-side for the 2nd position. 2 laps to go here at Rockingham. Thompson pushes Hughes up the track just a little bit. Thompson's going to get the run now. He's going to try to pull a little slide job here, and he's going to clear the 08 of Hughes down into turn number 3. Now he's going to start to pull away as Mike Samia, who was caught up in an earlier incident, now trying to make his way up into the top 5. But now white flag is in the air for Jonathan Jennings as he cruises through turns 1 and 2. And on to the backstretch for the final time here at Rockingham. Over a second lead over Justin McMahon as he cruises down through turns 3 and 4. And off of turn number 4, season opener winner. It's going to belong to Jonathan Jennings here in the 91 machine, with Justin McMahon bringing home in 2nd. Kevin Thompson Bring it home third, Justin Hughes and Mike Samia, your top 5. But how about that? Starting where he finished last season, the 91 of Jonathan Jennings getting it done here in the season opener at Rockingham. So our winner comes and parks it down here at the start-finish line. Gets ready to celebrate his win here. Familiar sight here in the Doghouse Racing League, presented by Shoney's. As this 91 parking it in Victory Lane. And we will take a look here at the results. Again, Jonathan Jennings is your winner. Justin McMahon second. Kevin Thompson third. Justin Hughes and Mike Samia, your top 5. Dominic Hughes brings it home in 6th. Lucas Edwards with a 7th place finish. Richard Leclerc, Jeffrey Engel, and Bill Gentry, your top 10. Mike Leftwich brings it home 11th. Mark Dumont back in 12th. Adam Gardner, Christopher Simon, and Gary Amio, your top 15. Michael Dow finishes 16th. Kevin Brown in 17th. Ricky Montgomery back in the 18th position. 19th was Kevin Powell. Steve Gerber back in 20th. 21st, Jeffrey Wimmer. 22nd, Ricky Hudges II. Austin McGill comes home 23rd. Frank Hughes Jr. 24th. Nicholas Atwood back in the 25th position. Leander Johnson back in 26th. Gary Clune and Stephen Bunomo round out the field here tonight at Rockingham. As we get ready to talk to our top 3, starting with your 3rd place finisher, Kevin Thompson. Kevin, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, great run here for you tonight, Kevin. Bringing it home top 3, return to the series after not running the last season. Man, showed some speed there towards the end, too. I know you were running down Jennings there on that final run, then the caution came out. Do you think you would be able to get to him had the caution not come out?
Yeah, he had a 2-second lead on me when I was fighting against Justin, and by the time the caution come out, I had him down to 1.4, so it was going to be close. Truck was good tonight, saved tires, ran my own race and not the track. Just stayed out of trouble, and it's great to be back in the truck series.
Yeah, I know this is a track that's really hard to just race the track because it's so bumpy, especially when trucks are around you. How much of a handful was it out there? Because I know you see a lot of drivers just getting loose there off the corner and battling it out there.
Yeah, it gets loose off of 2 a lot when it's on the bumps, when it's hitting the track. But it was a handful. I'm glad I just did my own race and came in 3rd.
Well, a great start to the season. 3rd place finish. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, my teammates at Twisted Axle, my family that watches every week, y'all broadcasting, and Daniel for putting on the league.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Good luck the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
That's your 3rd place finisher, Kevin Thompson. Let's bring in your 2nd place finisher, Justin McMahon. Justin, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Continuing where you left off last season, getting the podiums here tonight at Rockingham, but not quite the way you want to do it for sure. I know you saw a little bit of contact with a couple drivers here tonight. I know it was completely unintentional, but talk about how the bumps in this track make it really, really difficult, especially when you're side-by-side like that.
Oh, it's tough. It really upsets the car a lot, and if you're not expecting it, it'll, depending on what you have for a wheel, it could potentially snap the wheel out of your hand almost. It makes it for a fun race, and it kind of offsets the field, I think, just with people's ability to manage the bumps. There was a couple times where there was a few things that didn't seem like they needed to happen, but did. I'll talk to the driver about those, but other than that, I mean, it's just tire management is so big here with how old this track is, at least now. I mean, they think they just repaved it, but tire management is definitely key here. The track just got super tight, and if you drive a little too hard first few laps, and you're gonna pay for it in the end. And you could see that there. Before that last caution came out, Jonathan was walking away with it. I was trying to stay with him and thought I was saving my tires, but in the end, it didn't help at all, and I ended up burning them up more than I was saving them. So it's the name of the game for here, but I'll take second place for start the season.
Yeah, the strategy to save those tires there and that caution probably really saved you there at the end as well, getting you up onto the podium. So a great finish for you here tonight. And was that kind of the strategy coming in tonight? Just try to save tires and run your race, or did you have were you trying to save some fuel there in the middle portion of the race as well?
Yeah, in the beginning it was try to save some fuel where we could. But really, for saving tires, I was going to try to play it by ear. I mean, if we were going to have a ton of cautions, I didn't really think it was going to be necessary to save a whole lot. The first couple runs, we had quite a few cautions there back to back. We only ran probably 5 to 10 laps, I think. So it really wasn't that big of a deal, but later I think it was necessary, and it really wasn't in the plan, but I kind of changed as I went along. But other than that, I don't know. It was a tough race. It was fun though. I had a blast.
Yeah, it looked like a tough race for a lot of drivers out tonight. High attrition rate, which is not something we normally see here in the Doghouse Racing League. But again, great job coming home top 2 tier tonight. Before I let you go, Justin, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Oh yeah, Daniel for doing the league. You guys for doing the broadcast, and Group 6 Interactive for the sponsor on the truck. And my wife Sarah for allowing me to do this when we have a newborn son. So it's nice to get a couple hours to myself with the new baby on board. But yeah, that's it.
Well, congratulations on the little one. Didn't know about that, but man, that's awesome for you. Congrats on that. Congrats on the podium, and good luck next week. We hope to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Have a great night.
You too.
That was your second place finisher, Justin McMahon, and now continuing his winning ways from last season, the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Jonathan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, great run for you here tonight, dominating just like you did last season. Although that last run, Kevin Thompson was running you down a little bit. Did that concern you before that caution came out, that he might be able to catch you there towards the end?
Well, I saved a little tire, but I wasn't sure if it was enough, so I was I got a little concerned there, but just trying to save tires, the game here.
Yeah, this track is a tough track for saving tires and saving the truck as well. It seemed like it was really rough out on the track there tonight, and a lot of drivers having some issues. But man, you were able to figure this track out and get yourself the win here tonight. Man, what was your strategy coming into tonight? Because I know a lot of people are talking about saving tires and just racing the race. Were you trying to save tires and fuel there in that middle run, or because you had a little bit of a longer run, or did you think it was just going to be a little bit more of a caution fest than it was?
Yeah, I was just racing the track, just letting the truck basically do the work. I wasn't trying to force it to do anything it didn't want to do. Because that'll eat your tires up quick, and it paid off on the long run. But I knew when that last caution come out, that 10-lap shootout was that I had to just run it as hard as I could and hope for the best.
Well, that's what you did, and that was a great run there at the end, holding off Justin McMahon to get the win in the season opener here tonight. So congratulations on that, Jonathan. Before I let you go, of course, I know you got a couple people you want to thank.
Oh yeah, you guys for the broadcast, Daniel and all the admins for everything they do to put these things on, and the league sponsors, Shoney's and Next Level, and my teammates, of course, for all their work.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. First win of the season. First of many, I'm sure. And good luck next week. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, man. Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
So that was your winner, Jonathan Jennings, getting the win here tonight in the season opener at Rockingham. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Whether you're watching on YouTube, on Twitch, on Kick, or on Facebook, we do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to join us after this one for the SCSRA Truck Series. Morse Customs Truck Series taking on Talladega Super Speedway. It is the first race of the round of 8, so it's going to be a fantastic one as well. So tune in for that. Don't forget to tune in next week right here on Intensity Broadcasting as the Doghouse Racing League Tuesday Night Truck Series presented by Shoney's will be right here on Intensity Broadcast. Of course, I want to thank all our great partners. Shoney's for the league sponsorship. Don't forget to check out DoghouseRacingLeague.com for all the Doghouse news, standings, and merchandise, as well as our merchandise over at IntensityBroadcasting.com. For all your racing setups and coaching, visit RaceAPI.com. And of course, don't forget to check out the Butt Kicker for all your gaming haptic needs. That's going to do it for us here tonight and our first of 2 races here this Tuesday night. And as our boy Atman Weiss would say, over